Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 Atlantic Baseball Showcase here at Beasley Field. My name is Matt Dudelay, and beside me I have Aiden Robertson, who will be calling all the games here at Beasley Field today. Super excited to be back at the field. I know this is a big moment for all the kids involved and the families. Obviously with everything going on, we won't touch on that too much. Super excited here with High Button Sports to be bringing you guys this live stream all weekend. And as you can see here on the camera, we're going through our pregame meetings, the rules, all that stuff. So we will be starting very, very shortly. But to begin, Aiden's going to give you the starting lineups for both sides. Newfoundland 22 under is the home team. It is decided by a coin toss at the start of the game until the playoff rounds. Take it away, Aiden.
Yeah, as you said, it's really exciting to be back at the ball field. It almost feels like a legitimate event here for the first time in over a year because of COVID. And we'll start with the home team, the Newfoundland team. Leading off playing shortstop, it'll be Liam Davis, followed by Alexander French playing first base, Zach Reed at second base in the 3 spot. Cleanup hitter is Dawson O'Toole, the catcher. Jacob Baker is playing third and batting 5th. Adam Hennessy in left field, batting 6th. Josh Mercer in right field, batting 7th. Sebastian Ojeda playing center and batting 8th, and then the designated hitter Aaron Peach rounds off the order, batting 9th. On the mound for the Newfoundlanders is Ryan Morgan, a left-handed pitcher. And for Dartmouth, playing on their home field here, Leighton Cuveliere. We're off to a hot start here. First stream, and we already have a botch name. He's designated hitter leading off. Tyler Chipola, 0-for-2. He's batting second, playing second. Jack Fader is playing first, batting third. Noah Bootlier is playing shortstop, batting cleanup. Lee Holman in left field, batting 5th. Nathan Bootlier batting 6th, playing center. Jake McKinnon playing third, batting 7th. Bryce Davis in the 8-hole, playing right field. And Mike Noggle catching and rounding out the order in the 9 spot. Pitching on the mound for Dartmouth Dry is Sean Hubley.
We are just moments away from opening pitch. As you can see on the camera here, pitchers just warming up, infielders getting their reps in for the first time since landing in Dartmouth, which is, I would assume, probably Wednesday night. Hang tight. We're almost ready to go here. We'll do our best job to give you guys the best viewer experience that we can from up here in the track and field box, not to be mistaken by the baseball box. If for some reason you are on the Beasley Field and you are looking for the mainland stream, there is actually 2 different links. So if you just head over to AtlanticBaseballShowcase.com and you click the live stream link, there will be 2 options there for you. And over there right now is the Nova Scotia 17U and the Newfoundland 17U, and we will keep you updated as the scores come in. Leadoff hitter in the box. And here we go. First pitch, 102. Off to a hot start here.
Pitch grounded to second base. The throw on to first will get Cuveliere, and there's 1 down for the Newfie team. Bear with us, folks. We're both rookies up here in the broadcast booth. We got a couple kinks to wrinkle out here, but I'm sure by the end of the weekend we'll have a semi-professional broadcast ready for you.
Apparently it's muted. What the fuck? Sorry for the delay here, folks. Just trying to figure some things out last minute. 2-1 count, 1 out. To the second hitter, Tyler Chipola. Ball 3 in the dirt. Looking for base runners here. Three-one pitch. Strike 2. Full count. Good at bat here to start off for number 62, Chipola.
The umpire there got a little crossed up, tried to ring up Chipola. Went for the big strike 3 call. Chipola set down on strikes. Two down in the top of the first inning. First pitch to Jack Fader in the 3-hole. Taken outside and low. Ball 1. Rather efficient inning so far for Ryan Morgan on the mound. 1-0 pitch is grounded towards shortstop. Fielded cleanly. And the throw on the first is well in time in a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Morgan to start things off here this afternoon. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Newfoundland coming to the plate.
All right, moving on to the bottom half of the first inning. Dartmouth pitcher Sean Hubley taking his warm-up pitches to catcher Mike Noggle. These two guys spend some time with the Dartmouth Dry senior team as well. So they're getting lots of ball in, lots of practice, and lots of reps. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Got to give a big shout out to the field crews here making this possible today. When we got here this morning, it wasn't exactly pretty, as you can imagine, but here we are with a little bit of work, a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears, and they're giving them an opportunity here to play this tournament, which is great. So huge shout out to those guys.
We're set here for the bottom of the first inning. Newfoundland coming to the plate. Liam Davis, the shortstop. And the first pitch from Sean Hubley out of the windup. Taken low. Ball 1. Second pitch. Davis thought about it. It's called. Ball 2. Weather looks like it might be starting to clear up. Some clouds splitting out in center field. Hopefully the rain holds off. The third pitch finally in there for a strike, and Hubley has his first strike of the day. 2-1 count. Off-speed pitch taken, looked like it was high. Count now 3-1 in favor of Davis, the Newfoundland leadoff hitter. Wearing an awesome pair of stirrups, must I add. 3-1 pitch. Hits him. He'll take his base. We have our first base runner of the tournament. And that'll bring up Alexander French, the first baseman, with a runner on first.
I believe they call that in the biz a free 90.
Matt Dudelay, the specialist at getting on base any way he can. The left-handed hitter French sees the first pitch taken outside. Ball one. Hubley needs to settle in here, find the strike zone. So far, 5 balls, 1 strike. Davis gets his lead off first, not a big one. Out of the stretch is Hubley, runner's gone, pitch is high and out. The throw down, got him at second base. An excellent throw from Mike Noggle there behind home plate. And that pitch was indeed called a strike. I said it looked high and outside, but it was called a strike. And that's a great way to get one away here for Dartmouth Dry. That pitch taken. 2-1 the count. Hubley back into the windup after the base runner is thrown out. Swung on and missed.
Big, healthy hat.
2-2 the count. The catcher throws down to third, thinks that it was the third strike.
Yeah, the boys are fired up to play.
Noggle's a little eager. The 2-2 pitch. Just low. Just
low. Lay off.
Eagle eyes, as they say at the plate for French. So that'll run the count full. 3-2. Hubley out of the windup. High and outside, and we'll have another base runner. French works the count full and will take his base. And that'll bring in the 3-spot hitter, Zach Reed. French takes his lead off first. Hubley back into the stretch. That pitch is hit towards left center field. Bootlier's there to make the catch, and there's 2 away. That's as efficient as at-bats come if you're the pitching side of things. 1 pitch, 1 out. And it looks like Hubley might be starting to settle in a little bit. The cleanup hitter for Newfoundland here. Big Dawson O'Toole, the catcher. Left-handed hitter. Hubley back into the windup. The stretch, sorry. First pitch grounded towards the right side. That's caught on and taken to first base by Fader, and the side is retired. A hit by pitch, a walk, and a caught stealing sums up that inning. We are scoreless at the end of the first inning between the Dartmouth Dry 22U and Team Newfoundland 22U. If you're watching the stream and you realize, well, I cannot see left field
fair or foul territory or right field foul territory, we do apologize as we are working with a structure in the way of us, but we will give you the best description that we possibly can in that scenario as the camera is set at still. So we do apologize for that, and if that is an issue, we will work on it as the tournament goes on.
Digging in for the top half of the second inning is Noah Bootlier, the shortstop. He takes a first pitch strike. Another solid pair of stirrups. Stirrups are coming back in style. Something I love to see. That pitch well inside. One ball, one strike to the Dartmouth Dry shortstop. That pitch is cut on foul to the left side. 1-2 the count. Morgan, the lefty, out of the windup. Pitch taken outside. 2-2. Two-two pitch is cut on towards the right side in foul territory, a bit where our blind spot is, and I'm pretty confident that got out of play. The count will remain 2-2. The 2-2 pitch once more. Taken high, and that'll run the count full. Great at-bat from Bootlier here to work Morgan harder than any of the first three batters did for Dartmouth. 3-2 pitch. Taken low, and that's the first base runner of the game for Dartmouth. Bootlier will take his base on balls.
And very fired up about it, might I add.
Taking in now Lee Holman, the left fielder. First time we've seen Morgan out of the stretch here today. Interested to see. I find at this level the lefty pickoff move is always challenging to read. First pitch is taken low. 1 ball.
Lefty pitching, I find, is much more common these days than, for example, when I was growing up playing. So, they probably get a little more looks at the lefties these days than never before, but I guess we'll see.
I wasn't much of a base runner myself. Then there's the pickoff move we were waiting on, and back in plenty of time was Bootlier.
I'm wondering if that's the A move or the B move, as they call it. Once again, we will see.
Didn't look like there's too much urgency there for Morgan. Didn't seem to be too worried about Bootlier stealing. That one swung on and missed. Pitch in the dirt. Bootlier's off to second. And O'Toole's not even going to bother throwing down. Bootlier will advance. Not sure if you can even see it on the live stream, but our first base umpire has one hell of a beard. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's strike 2.
For those of you who missed the home run derby, now batting for Dartmouth is Lee Holman, I do believe, the winner of the 22 under home run derby with a couple absolute monster bombs.
Got some pop in the bat.
Not sure if you'll see too many fastballs, but we'll see.
Been behind the heater so far. That pitch swung on and fouled off directly to the backstop. Count remains 1-2.
Monster hack there from Lee. Obviously looking to get something into a gap here to score a run, get the guys on the board early here.
Outfielder's playing pretty straight up deep, but No shift of any sort. 1-2. Way high. Counts even at 2-2. Morgan gets the sign he wants. Into the stretch. That's fouled off again. A good battle here from Lee Holman. Home run derby champ.
Not looking like he's shortened up too much. Once again, I'm assuming he's trying to absolutely lace one here to drive in a run early in the game. Normally with 2 strikes, coach is looking for you to choke and poke, as they say. But when you're a power hitter like Lee, there's a good chance he just wants him to swing full here.
Daddy hacks only. 2-2 once again. That's fouled off to the right side this time. Just to the right of us here in the track booth. We'll do it once more. Two again. That one is popped up in the infield. Hits the dirt and it will roll foul where Morgan will pick it up.
Smart play by the pitcher there to allow that to bounce out of fair territory. And we're going to do it again.
Why not? The umpire had to go pick up some more baseballs. I've already gone through them all in this one AB alone.
Making the pitcher throw here. I know there is no pitch count. That is not a factor. But fatigue will always be a factor.
And the last thing you want to do in a tournament like this is send your pitcher, your opening day pitcher, into Tommy John surgery by overthrowing him. But the 2-2 will come once more. Called strike 3 at the knees. Holman didn't like it, but he'll go down on strikes. A good at-bat nonetheless. That's about as productive as strikeouts get, if you ask me. Runner ended up moving from first to second.
Got ourselves our second bootlegger coming to the plate here. Not entirely sure if there's any relation. We'll find out for you later in the tournament. Absolute worst here. Got to move the runner up to third base. Give yourself another chance. Obviously, the main goal here is to drive in that run. Bootlegger connection.
Nathan at the plate, no on second. The first pitch is swung on and fouled directly to the right side. Behind in the count again. Morgan's been doing a good job of getting ahead in every count. Not to say that Dartmouth's not making him work for the out.
Strike 1, most important pitch. Working ahead of batters. You'll ask any pitching coach at all, and that's what they'll tell you. Mind you, I've never pitched, but that is the info that you hear.
The 0-1. Fouled off again. Dartmouth just can't get the barrel to the bat here. Barrel to the ball, sorry. Fouling everything off. And the count is 0-2. That one's taken high and dropped by the catcher O'Toole. No advancement from Bootlegger on second base. Bootlegger was getting his legs going on second base, trying to maybe entice a balk.
A little bit back and forth out there, dancing, as they call it. Pitcher paid no attention. Obviously doesn't care.
Locked in on the batter. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Swung on and missed, and another strikeout. It's the third strikeout of the day for Morgan, and they're now 2 down.
Jake McKinnon, another fellow Dartmouth junior, playing some time with the Dartmouth Moosehead Dry. Extra reps, always good, like we said. Let's see if he can drive in a run here.
First pitch, lefty on lefty. Swung on and fouled back. Dartmouth has no interest in taking that first pitch whatsoever. being aggressive early in the count. Still waiting for it to pay off for them. The 0-1 from Morgan. Looked like an off-speed fouled away. Now McKinnon's down in the count 0-2. Morgan gets his sign, looking to put a second consecutive 0 on the board to start the game. Pitch fouled off again.
The old lefty versus lefty battle here.
Morgan will step off. He wants some new signs. Gets the one he likes. And out of the stretch one more time, 0-2. Swung on and hit up the middle. And that's a sliding stop at second base. No play, no chance at first. But absolutely robbed of an RBI single there with a great sliding stop by Zach Reed at the 2-bag.
That's a very heads-up play there, not to force that throw. He knew he wasn't going to get the guy at first. 2 outs, runners moving on contact. Very, very heads-up play there by the middle infielder not to waste that throw and allow a run to score on an error.
Surely that'll be scored a base hit. Digging in now, Bryce Davis.
The veteran.
Right fielder. First pitch swung on and hit towards Reed at second base. Fields that one easily and on to first, and it's another 0. So the Dry get their first hit of the game, and they add a walk, but can't get a run home. Score 0-0 heading to the bottom of the second.
That was a very slow roller. Obviously, the conditions are going to play a relatively big factor here in the tournament. What looked like a ball that was, intended to be a 2-hopper really slowed up, and we'll see how the teams adjust on the fly here. We got McKinnon out here taking his warm-ups, no hat, no glove. I mean, if there's ever a way to practice, that's the way. And here we are with Chipola. Here you go, buddy. Don't see anybody down in the beer tent. I assumed with the Newfoundland team here in Dartmouth that there would be at least 1 or 2 of them down there. Now maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I spoke too soon. And there we are. So yes, that is correct, folks. There is a beer tent here down at Beasley and as well at Mainland. So if that was the main reason you weren't coming down to the field, well, guess what? Now you have a reason.
Yeah, go out and reserve your tickets online for the rest of the weekend. As we're ready here for the bottom of the second, Jacob Baker leading off. First pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. First base coach for Newfoundland, slow to get over there. Doing his little trot.
The John Olerud style helmet out there. I love that.
The 1-0 pitch. Low again. Ball 2.
One spot here. He'll be looking to get back into the swing of things here, falling behind the hitters.
That pitch is fouled up right towards us and onto our roof in the broadcast booth. 2 balls, 1 strike. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of a sprinkle going on outside. Something we've seen enough of for 1 whole year in the past 2 days here in the Halifax and Dartmouth area. The 2-1 pitch from Hubli. Grounded right to short. Fielded easily and thrown on to first. There's one away.
Once again, another slow roller, but the shortstop charges, makes a nice strong throw for out number 1.
Noah Bootlier making it look easy. That'll bring up Adam Hennessy, the left fielder. Another left-handed bat. Look down to third base for the signs from his coach. Didn't get a single one. He'll dig in and do it himself. Hubli out of the windup. Pitch was called a ball. Just low, I'll say.
Not very many signs to look for. Nobody on base. Pretty much leading off the inning.
The 1-0 is low and inside as well. If I'm an infielder and I see a guy looking down for a sign with no one on base, I'm thinking this guy's probably got some speed. Might try be aware of the bunt for a single type thing. But you're definitely right. There's not much you're looking for down there. 2-0 pitch. Look good. The Dartmouth dugout thought it looked good. The umpire said no, inside.
3-0, big. Got to climb all the way back here. I can't imagine. He has the green light. Then again, I've also never seen him play before, so we'll see right here.
3-0, taken high, and that's ball 4. Hennessy draws a base on balls. And Josh Mercer, the right fielder, will dig in. Another left-handed bat. This Newfoundland team seems to be full of left-handed bats.
My guess is some of them are hockey players. It's usually
Pretty
common in hockey players is to bat left if you do shoot left. But enough about hockey.
First pitch in for a strike. Hennessy's down 0-1. Hubli finally gets ahead of a hitter. Hennessy takes his lead off first base. Hubli's eyeing him. Hennessy's gone. Pitch is high and up. The throw down in plenty of time, and he is caught out. What a toss by Noggle. The second runner he's thrown out today.
I'm not sure. It kind of looked like a pitch out to me up here. Now, maybe it was just a pitch. He missed up and out, but hey, it worked out, and Noggs absolutely hoses his second guy of the game. That is most likely going to shut the green light run game down. If I'm coaching, at least now you're aware of that.
That pitch grounded to third base. The throw is high, and it got away from the first baseman. Not sure where it went as it's in our blind spot here.
Great
and then
cover.
The throwback to the pitcher gets away, and Dartmouth is throwing the ball around. They need to settle down here.
I think I've seen this out of the Baltimore Orioles this year. Anyways, it was a good play for the right fielder, Bryce Davis, to come in and back up that throw. I'm not sure what happened on the throw to the pitcher, but no runner advanced, and we will continue on.
You can score that one as an E5. That'll be charged to Jake McKinnon at third base. Looks like he needed his hat and glove for his warm-up tosses. And there'll be another runner on first. And it's grounded to McKinnon. He's got a second chance here. Throw on to first. On the money that time, and the side is retired.
Hey, nothing better than that. Make an error, get the ball right back right away, redeem yourself, get you right back in the saddle real quick.
1 walk, 1 error, no runs, and a caught stealing for Team Newfoundland that half of the inning. We head to the top of the third. Dartmouth coming to the plate. Leighton Cuveliere will begin for first pitch to Cuveliere. Grounded back to second base again, and Reed's been busy there so far today. The throw in time once more, and there's 2 down on 2 pitches here for Dartmouth. And you almost have to guarantee that Chipola's got the take signal here with 2 pitches and 2 outs. Comes into the box to save a horse, ride a cowboy. Great walk-up tune.
Always interested to see the players' choices for walk-up tunes. I'd love to know the reasoning behind that.
Dartmouth would have an advantage here playing in their home ballpark. They've got all their songs on cue, ready to go, and that first pitch is taken low for a ball. So it will not be a 3-pitch inning here, as Morgan was headed for that. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Just a coach's nightmare. The 3 up, 3 pitches, and 3 out.
There definitely would have been a defensive substitution following that inning. That one's taken low and outside, 2-0.
All 3 in the dirt. Can't imagine the green light is here, looking for runners.
Delivery from Morgan. Called strike. 3-1.
I think if I'm the batter here, I'm taking this pitch as well.
Nope, swung on a miss, and the count is full. I think you're absolutely right there. I would have been taking as well. You need base runners. Trying to get the pitcher's count up at least a little bit. And the payoff pitch. That's hit into left field, and it's curling, and that's going to get down, and a diving effort out and left, but that's going to keep rolling towards the fence. Chipola headed to second. He'll stop there. And you saw the wind play a factor there, folks, as that ball was just blooped and kept cutting left. And an excellent effort out and left by Hennessy. He lost his cap and went flying for it, but to no avail, and the Dry have another hit.
I'm thinking on a nice, dry, normal day here, that ball probably rolls to the fence, but due to the wet grass out there, I'm sure he caught a little bit of a break. It was a great effort, and from our view, I'm not sure how well everybody at home has seen it, but he was, I'm going to say, not very many inches away from that.
Runner on second now, and the first pitch swung on in a big hack there by Jack Fader.
This is one of their big hitters here. Another guy that plays with the Dry as well, and actually hit a walk-off home run this year for the Dry, so you know he's up there looking to drive something into an alley or better yet, over the fence.
Matt Dudelay's scouting report for us there, and that ball's grounded towards second. Reed is there, looking to make his 3rd play of the inning, and it's on the money once more, and Fader goes sliding into first base, and he's wincing.
I'm not sure if that was a slide or if he got caught and fell. Either way, I mean, it didn't look that good. He's still down. Coaches are looking at him, and
that's the second time we've seen a player go down near the first base bag run, and he seems to be okay. He runs off the field under his own power. And another scoreless inning for Dartmouth. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Newfoundland coming to the plate.
Nothing wrong with a little extra camera time. I'm sure if you ask Jack down there, that's what he'll tell you. The guy lives for the camera. Chipola out there making sure the flow is all good at second base. Here comes his gear from his middle infield partner. Tucks it in, away we go. Looks like Jack Fader has about 90% of the foul line on his jersey down there. It looked like a strap to me, but I just realized from up top here. I have to get the maintenance crew out there after that spill.
Looks like Justin Turner with the stripe on his jersey there. It's a classic. If you're not dirty, you're not having fun. That's what my mom always used to say after ball. If I didn't come home with a load of laundry, then I didn't play hard enough.
Or just play at all.
Exactly. We're just about set here for the bottom of the third inning. Team Newfoundland looking for their first hit. And it'll be 7-8-9 up. As they've gone down in order so far, they've had 2 walks, both caught stealing by Noggle, who's had a cannon of an arm today. Hubley out of the windup, and the first pitch to Josh Mercer, the right fielder. Swung on and missed.
It's a good first pitch from Hubley on a bounce-back inning there. No runs, obviously, but when you're looking to get ahead of batters and you're falling behind 3-0, it's a really good bounce-back pitch.
Off-speed pitch there, taken high. 1-1. Hubley hasn't been getting up a lot of contact here. He just seems to have a little bit of trouble with the command. Maybe the balls are wet. He's certainly doing better than any effort I think either of us would have out there. And that pitch is swung on and missed. 1-2. Hubley moving quickly on the mound, which is what you like to see as a broadcaster for sure. Not a lot of time between pitches. And strike 3, swung on and missed. So Hubley's got his first strikeout of the ball game. So he sets down Mercer on 4 pitches.
You gotta like that. You want to get, you did mention that he's working quick. That is a huge part of the game. I know, as a player myself, sitting out there for a really long time is, you kind of lose your focus a little bit, or maybe that's just me. But, when you get runners on and you start to get hits, you kind of want to get the boys right back on the bats. So moving quick is probably the best course of action here.
And now Liam Davis, leadoff hitter. I guess I had my order all wrong here. So we're back to the top of the order for Team Newfoundland. His second plate appearance, and he's down 0-2 very quickly. That pitch popped up. It's in the infield and playable for Boutlier, who will make the catch, and they're quickly 2 down for Team Newfoundland. We'll bring in the first baseman, Alexander French, now. Hubley having a strong inning so far, looking to set down the side in order. That one hit hard to second base. Chipola with it, and the throw into first in plenty of time, and a great inning. 3 up, 3 down for Dartmouth and Hubley, and we remain scoreless, heading to the top of the 4th.
Very, very efficient inning for Hubley there. Get the boys back on the sticks is obviously the idea here. The Dartmouth team looking to give their select few fans down there something to cheer about. Not the greatest day for baseball weather-wise. However, when you do grow up in Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, you do play through these conditions quite often. So it's equal for both teams. They both look like they're comfortable out there and have adjusted to the field conditions. And we're still looking for our first run here.
Noah Boutlier will lead us off here for Dartmouth in the top of the 4th inning.
We got the striped stirrups battle looming here.
He reached base on a walk his first time up. First pitch for Morgan in his 4th inning of work, and that's swung on and missed and got by everyone. Goes straight to the backstop.
I do believe that was a foul tip.
The 0-1. Taken, strike 2. Quickly, Morgan's ahead, 0-2 in the count.
Looked high from up here. Then again, perception is a little bit off as we are up top.
Matthew Dudelet is known to take the side of not the umpire as well. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. That looked outside. I'm with you on that one there, dudes.
I know. 0-2, though. Anything close.
Got to be cutting.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be looking for something here, even to foul it off. And like I said, it's easy for us to say up here. I've always been, the kind of person that would almost get at the people that are chirping from the booth, but it did look a little outside. But once again, you got to be looking to swing there with 2 strikes.
It's 4 strikeouts for Morgan now, and he's ahead 0-1, and that pitch really looked low. Holman, the home run derby champion, did not like it one bit at the plate. The 0-1. Called strike again. And you can see where the zone's going to be, and you got to be ready for that if you're a Dartmouth batter.
Especially the home run derby champion, like I said earlier, probably not going to get too many fastballs. Got to look to hit a mistake here.
Morgan's 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3, and that's the same spot again. And that's 6 pitches and 2 strikeouts so far for Morgan on the mound, and Holman really not happy.
Morgan is looking locked in right now. Took him a couple innings. Not that he was pitching bad. He just looks extra sharp right now. 6 pitches, 6 strikes, and all pitches that were tough to hit. So he's looking like he's getting comfortable out there.
Holman sat down on strikes, looking for the second time today. And that'll bring in Nathan Bootlier. That pitch called, and it's the exact same spot. Morgan is living on that outside corner.
Just throwing with a brush right now.
And I don't want to put a jinx on it, but we have 7 pitches this inning, 7 strikes. 8 for 8, and he's a pitch away from an immaculate inning, as they say. I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx. The 0-2. High. And that one might be on me, folks.
I would say Morgan's parents are watching you going, come on, man.
Apologies to Ryan Morgan's parents for that one. The count is 1-2 to Nathan Bootlier. That one looked high. 2-2. Awful close. Dartmouth seems to be ready to take those close pitches instead of swinging at them. And the 2-2. Swung on and missed. So 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for Ryan Morgan on just 11 pitches. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Still scoreless.
Looks like we're getting a little more action down in the beer tent there. Always a fun time. Bottom of the 4th, no score. 7-inning games, if you guys weren't aware. Looking like quite the pitcher's duel right now. I'm not sure what the extra inning scenario is for you, but if that scenario does come up, we will keep you informed. Hubie looking to match Morgan's efficiency here in this half inning.
Hubie only with 1 strikeout so far, so be nice for him to get that total up with a similar inning. Zach Reed, who's been busy on the defensive end today.
See if he can get it done with the stick here.
First pitch to the 3-hole hitter on that outside corner.
Why not? He's giving it to Morgan. Might as well test it out.
The 0-1. If you're a pitcher, you just have to live there. It's where the strikes are being called today. There's a swing and a miss by Reed, and he's quickly down 0-2.
It's tough to tell the type of pitch from up here, but that looked like a changeup to me, and it was mighty effective as he was way out in front.
0-2 from Hubli. Grounded towards third, and a sliding
What a
stop
play.
by McKinnon. The throw in time.
Wow.
What a play by McKinnon at third base. And that is a fancy first out of the inning.
I dare say he's forgotten about that throwing error after that. What a play.
He's definitely made up for his E5 earlier.
That'll spark the boys, hopefully. That's the hope down in the dugout. Nice defensive play. Can sometimes translate into something positive at bat. So once again, nice play by third baseman Jake McKinnon.
First pitch looked off speed, called for a strike to Dawson O'Toole, the cleanup hitter.
That's got to give the pitcher confidence. You look over, he makes a nice diving play like that. You got to know then your defense is behind you.
That pitch skied into left center field, and it's caught easily by the center fielder Nathan Boutlier, and there are 2 down. I'm going to bring up Jacob Baker, the third baseman.
That ball was tailing hard there. Just covered a lot of ground out there, Boutlier did.
Team Newfoundland still looking for their first hit of the ball game. The first pitch there, skied up towards the booth. And into the netting, foul ball.
Could have used that ball for my bucket.
How much are they charging for baseballs these days? $7 or so? Something absurdly expensive, I would say. The 0-1 from Hubli, off speed and a beautiful pitch on the corner. And he's quickly ahead 0-2. Hubli in his 4th inning of work. Still just the 2 walks and a hit by pitch. And the 0-2 fouled off towards the right side.
Oh,
Baker lives to see another pitch.
good read by the guy running on the track and field station, or what do they call it? What a good guy.
The 0-2 pitch from Hubli. Oh, and a reach and fouled away by Baker. Stays alive up there.
That's exactly what I'm talking about with 2 strikes. Anything close there. Batter knows the outside corner is definitely in play. Couldn't hit it. Waste the pitch. Looking to get a better one that he can hit here.
0-2 once more. Fouled off once again. We have a good battle going here. Jacob Baker at the plate, seeing a lot of pitches.
Hubli working up, down, all around. Very crucial as a pitcher. Keep the batters off balance.
I'd be aware of the off speed here.
Oh, I'm going outside paint here, 100%.
It was a fastball, and he got him. Swing and a miss, his 2nd strikeout of the day. And we're through 4 scoreless innings. No hits for Team Newfoundland thus far. Top of the 5th coming up.
Changes the complete complexion of the inning on that dive and play there. Instead of, 1 out, they're looking at a guy on first. Changes everything completely. So, once again, shout out to Jake McKinnon. That was a great play.
You'll see that on our High Button Sports Plays of the Week. From all the sports we broadcast. Will all be plays from this tournament. Maybe some highlights from the beer tent. Once again, not sure if you can see him on the stream in the middle of the field behind second base, but Santa Claus is umping this game. I'd like to give a shout out to him. It is an impressive looking beard, even better in person. I was talking to him down below earlier. Really nice fellow. And Ryan Morgan sat here for his 5th inning of work, and it's been an absolute pitcher's duel.
Gotta
2
like what
hits
you've
for
seen
Dartmouth.
from Morgan so far here. Lefty, usually known for their craft, but he's looking real good here, real confident. So I'm going to assume that this guy is their ace, and he's certainly pitching like that right now.
That's the beauty about this tournament. We have no scouting reports on most of these rosters outside of the players we know. Doodle obviously playing for the Dartmouth Dry team would know a few of the Dartmouth kids, and I know some of the kids my age, but outside of that, we're watching all these players for the first time and generating our own scouting report. Anybody could have a good weekend any given time. They could be a 9-hole hitter usually and come in here and rake. It's all about who's watching.
I'm sure the players are all just happy to be playing in a structured event again, like this tournament. I know just being up here in the booth, is awesome again. So just to be back at the field is amazing. So thank you for tuning in. If you are listening at home or wherever you are.
Jake McKinnon digs in and takes that pitch, which missed somewhere. Ball one. McKinnon had a sweet diving stop at third base in the last inning. The 1-0 caught on and driven to Zach Reed at second base, who has made almost every play for Team Newfoundland, it feels like, and there's one down.
Man, is that ball ever dying on the dirt?
Very, very quickly. It takes one hop and just stops moving, as you said. And that's where not having the infield before the game, it kind of puts you at a disadvantage as an infielder. Can't really get a feel for it until you're out there and in action. Digging in now, Bryce Davis takes the first pitch for a strike. And once again, Morgan's ahead of a batter. The 0-1. Called strike two, and that's right there. And now you got to protect if you're Davis.
I'm wondering if the coach said anything to the Dartmouth players. First couple innings, they were, real hungry up there, swinging at a lot of first pitches. And now it looks like they're kind of sitting back. And obviously, we cannot see exactly where the ball is here. But I was, just wondering if maybe the coach said, wait for your pitch here. But when a guy's throwing this many strikes, you got to be looking to swing.
Certainly looks like they're more patient. The 1-2 there is fouled away and off the post in front of the broadcast booth and right back to Morgan on the mound. The pitch prior to that, we had a check swing appeal down to my favorite human at first base, the umpire. He didn't go.
I was going to say, I don't think you want to use that ball after you hit a liner off the pole. And they do switch it out.
Heads up call by Matt Doodley there. He's seen a few things.
I mean, I would have used it, but...
You would use anything dirty, Matt. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And another strikeout for Morgan. That is now 7 for him on the day.
Whew, he is bringing it today. The catcher with the rocket hitting next. Great walk-up to him, by the way.
Mike Noggle dig in. And so far, he's contributed on the defensive end, as there's only been 3 base runners for Team Newfoundland, and he's thrown 2 of them out at second base. First pitch taken low, ball 1. As a catcher, you got to think he's got a good eye for what the zone's been like today.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
It's one advantage of being a catcher. That one fouled back, 1-1. That's why usually when you see a catcher complaining about the zone, you like to think he has an argument. You've seen the zone, both sides all day. Oftentimes you're chatting with the ump back there. That pitch taken high, 2-1. Two-one pitch, hacked at and missed again.
Have not seen Morgan shake the catcher off yet this game. Lots of chemistry between them, obviously. Now, Newfoundland, I am almost certain, brought what you would consider to be an all-star team, so I'm not sure how often these guys do play together, but they're looking like they're in sync here.
Ground ball back to third. The turn and throw from Morgan, and the first baseman didn't stretch, went off the bag, and that almost borderline E3 there. It was close. Might have had a play if he had made the stretch, but regardless, Noggle reaches first base. We'll wait to see the scoring on that one.
I think I agree with the first baseman's decision there. It's a tough play for the pitcher. Go grab that, spin, find the target. Instead of him stretching early and potentially taking himself right out of the play for a pass ball, I think he made the safe decision to just corral that, whether he was going to be there or not. So a veteran play in my mind by the first baseman there, and we'll see how it unfolds.
Dartmouth with their fourth base runner of the day. And Morgan out of the stretch. Hasn't been too often. That one's taken high.
Anxious to see if Noggle at first base tests the other catcher. Catcher's not generally known for their speed. Not saying he doesn't have any, just saying generally.
Wasn't. That pitch fouled off. Leighton Cuveliere, leadoff hitter, digging in for his third plate appearance. 0 for 2 so far.
Looks like he's rocking fresh pinstripe pants. He's almost getting a glare up here in the booth.
The 1-1 into the stretch from Morgan. Fouled off the catcher. And it's now 1-2.
Oh.
Still no action in either bullpen. No need for it. Not sure what their pitch counts are at. Morgan looking to send Dartmouth back with their 5th straight 0 to open this ball game here. 1-2 count. 2 down. Pitch fouled off, and it looked like it might have caught the catcher O'Toole again.
Been a pretty quick played game so far. We're just reaching the hour mark now. We're in the top of the 5th inning, and like I said, if you didn't already know, which I am assuming you do, the games are 7 innings long. And that's what happens when pitchers are efficient.
1-2 once more. Called strike 3 to end the inning. And Cuveliere did not like it. And that's the 8th strikeout for Ryan Morgan. He gets another 0 and we'll head back to the dugout as Cuveliere will have another conversation with the umpire. And it looks like we're going to see a word from the manager here for Dartmouth. He'll come out and ask where that pitch was. And the umpire, as my reply always has been when I'm an ump, the strike zone.
See if I can listen in to what they're doing here.
Now, generally, this conversation, I've been an umpire and I've been a player. This conversation's going nowhere. You're just making things worse for yourself at this point. You're not going to change the mind of the umpire. I understand defending your guys, but that pitch has been called like that all day. I don't think there's much of an argument here myself.
If I had to guess what he's saying down there, it's looking a little animated, but I'm pretty sure he's just making sure that that's going to be there for both teams. In my opinion, so far, the umpire has been very consistent with what he's been calling. Obviously, when the game gets down to it and you're in the 5th inning and you're struggling to get base runners, you're going to have a conversation with the umpire, but I do tend to agree with you in what you said. I've definitely given an earful to umpires before, and it definitely does not help your cause. So I guess we'll see how it unfolds here, and maybe Hublie will get the same pitch.
Well, like you said, and I think we saw in the last inning, the very first pitch Hublie threw was right on that outside corner area where it's been called like that all game, whether it's a strike or not. It's been consistent. And that's what you got to realize. If you're the Dartmouth coach, you should be more telling your batters, hey, boys, you know where it is. Swing the bats. And as a player and an ump, I always like to see a bit of a bigger, more liberal strike zone. Make everybody swing the bat. Make the batters play. That's my personal opinion on it. And I always liked the smaller strike zone until I began umpiring, and then completely changed my mind on that when I wanted to get home in an hour and 20 minutes. And we're going to be pretty close to that here in this ballgame as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning, still scoreless. First pitch of the inning is skied towards shortstop. Bootleer is under it. Makes the play. 1 down, 1 pitch.
Shortstop taking charge. Got to love it. Bootleer seems like the spark plug type of player out there. I know it's not generally talked about in baseball, but his first at-bat, he got on base there, and he gave a little yellow down to the bench. He likes taking charge out there, and that's good to see from the shortstop position.
First pitch to Josh Mercer is taking outside.
Hubley's bringing a lot more first pitch strikes here in the second half of the game, which is good to see.
He certainly settled in. That pitch grounded to third base, and the throw from McKinnon is there once more, and there's 2 down on 3 pitches. So the efficiency continuing on the mound, and then broadcaster's dream so far.
That throw was absolutely on the money. Perfect line. Obviously has hit the delete button. I don't like to talk about the air too much, but as a player, sometimes that can really get into your head and affect you for the rest of the game, and it doesn't seem to have done that for Jake McKinnon down there at third base for Dartmouth.
Sebastian Ojeda will dig in. First pitch taken for a strike. At least I hope
Pitch from Hubli. Hit towards the left side, and it'll roll foul.
A little hop from the third base coach. That a boy.
Good hustle. And Hubli once again ahead 0-2, looking to make this probably his most efficient inning of the day. So he's one strike away from going 5 scoreless innings with Newfoundland still in search of their first hit of the ballgame. That one upstairs, 1-2.
Every time you say that, I cringe.
I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx. I firmly believe that. I won't say the word, but I will mention what the situation is, as that one's outside. I did jinx an immaculate inning earlier on today for Ryan Morgan. So apologies to Ryan if you watch this game back. That's my fault.
Accountability, man. That's huge. Counts in the booth, too.
I own my mistakes for sure. And the 2-2, inside corner, got him looking. Third strikeout of the day for Hubli, and his best inning yet. As we head to the 6th, still scoreless.
I mean, that's a tough pitch to swing at, 2 strikes.
There's nothing you can do with it.
It's just a hell of a placement by Hubli there with 2 strikes.
I always admired the placement pitchers like that. Whenever I hit the mound in my young days, which I was never very good on the mound, but I just closed my eyes and threw it and prayed.
Which is probably why you're sitting in the booth now, hey?
That's exactly why I'm not on the field this weekend.
In true Dartmouth fashion, we do have Drake playing in between innings here. And when I say by true Dartmouth fashion, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and we'll just leave it at that.
If you know, you know, as they say. And if you're from around here, you know. Top of the 6th inning, it is flying by. An hour and 3 minutes, and we've played 5 innings of ball here, Matt.
Like I said earlier, efficiency of pitchers, no runners, stuff like that. I mean, it's going to make the game fly by here. So I think Dartmouth's game plan here probably to slow the game down a little bit. And you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to be antsy out there. I find that never really helps in ball. So I guess we'll see what's going to happen.
Tyler Tripolo will dig in. That pitch on the outside corner. Strike 1. The Dartmouth players still haven't gotten used to that call yet, and they're not liking it. Chipola 1 for 2 with a strikeout today. And he swings and reached at that one in the dirt, and it's 0-2. Looked off speed for Morgan. And this is where you got to protect. You know that outside corner has been called all game. You know that's where Morgan's probably going to go back to. And that one's hit towards left field. And it had just enough hang time, and it's caught by Hennessy out and left. 1 away. Off the bat, I thought that was going to get down there for a bloop.
It looked like it might have been knuckling a little bit. Sometimes when you're out there, the left fielder, obviously made the catch, but it looked like at a certain point it may have scooted up over his head, but that's what happens when the ball's hit on the screws there. Sometimes it knuckles and it does some weird stuff, but ultimately he made the play and 1 out.
Jack Fader will dig in. He's 0 for 2 so far. And that one's hit to the left side, and that'll get down for a single. And Fader is aboard here in the top of the 6th.
And he stays up straight at first base. Over at Mainland Commons, we have bottom of the 2nd inning, Newfoundland under 17 leading Nova Scotia under 17 by a score of 4-0. So I'm not sure. I think the game started a little bit later over there. But, at the end of the day, runs are going to prolong the game a little bit. And over here at Beasley, we have a very efficient pitcher's duel going.
And that'll bring up Noah Bootlier, the cleanup hitter, the shortstop. And you wonder if Dartmouth's going to play a little bit of small ball here. Got to get your runners advanced. First pitch swung on. The answer to that seems to be no.
Well, this is the 4-hitter after all. There's not too many cleanup hitters that are going to lay down a bunt. The battle of the striped socks once again.
The 0-1. Throw back to first. Fader didn't look like he was going anywhere. Dartmouth yet to test the arm of O'Toole behind the plate. No stolen base attempts. Or sorry, there was a stolen base. It was Bootlier back in the second inning. That pitch upstairs.
I do believe that stolen base may have been scored a pass ball. However, that was so long ago I can't even remember.
All the plays jumbled together. But now that you mention it, I think that's right. Stolen base was generous. It was a pass ball. And another throwback, and Fader still back in plenty of time. Just getting the pants dirty. Fader in his last at-bat went down around the first base bag, so he's used to getting down and dirty. We can laugh at it now because he wasn't injured. That one swung on and missed, and it's dropped by O'Toole, and Fader will take second base standing up.
Foul ball.
I was fouled off. Good thing Matt's paying attention here. The sound of my own voice blocked out the sound of the contact. And we'll do 1 and 2 over again. Would have been nice if O'Toole could have squeezed that ball there. Foul tip, strikeout. The 1-2 again. Fader not going. And that's hit to the right side, but foul ball.
Good runners count here.
Fader not going. That pitch taken inside. 2 and 2.
Good hands there by Bootlier to hold that back in. Even if he did go, it definitely looked like he didn't. So good set of hands on you.
Bootlier looks down to third, gets the signs from the coach. 2-2 count, 1 away. Are you sending the runner, dudes?
2-2 count. It's tough to say.
I think I hold him. Fader's not going. That one's inside. Now full count. I think I send him. 1 away.
Yeah.
If he puts the ball in play, you've got a runner in motion. You stay out of the double play.
Be more of like a run and hit situation.
Hit and
here
run,
if it were me.
absolutely.
You do need runs though.
Fader's going. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. The throw down to 2 is not in time, and Fader will have the stolen base. But Newfoundland does get the out on the strikeout. The 9th strikeout of the day for Morgan. While Fader will get a stolen base.
This is a big opportunity here for Lee Holman. Drive in this run late in the game. Highly doubt he's seen a fastball, like we've said, the whole game. That's what happens when you win the Derby. But, looking to hit a mistake here, maybe just drive something through, we'll score him. Pretty decent speed at second base.
First pitch taken upstairs. Do you almost think about pitching around Holman here? Base open on first?
I would say maybe if you had a full scouting report on who was coming up next, but taking the chance like that is,
it's
if
risky.
they got a good hitter behind them, it's the same thing.
I'd say everyone on Team Newfoundland knows who this guy is after the Derby performance.
Actually, I don't even think Newfoundland was in town yet for
Oh.
They didn't have a representative. I knew they got in relatively later in the evening there on Wednesday, so
Well, let's
maybe
hope
that
they
will
tune.
work to Lee's favor.
Hopefully they tune into High Button Sports mic'd up video. And they should know by then. 2-0 count here. Swung on, fell back, and that was a big hack by
Hefty
Holman.
hack. I mean, no sense saving it for anything, right?
2-1 the count.
Lee Holman, a former SMU football player, found his second love, or maybe his first. I guess we'll have to ask him in baseball.
2-1 pitch. Taken high again.
Now,
3-1.
I know Lee's older brother Jesse is an alumni of the Dartmouth Junior program, so if you're listening, Jesse, shout out to you, and hopefully little bro can match your power here.
3-1, a rare time that Morgan's been behind in the count. Pitch is swung on and driven towards center field, and it's caught as it just didn't have enough juice to get over the head of the center fielder Ojeda, and the side is retired. Ball just is not carrying it all today. Another evidence there. As Holman flies out to center to end the inning. As we head to the bottom of the 6th. Score still 0-0.
Oh, we got a new pitcher here for Dartmouth. Now pitching number 12, Leighton Cuveliere, the leadoff hitter. Very interesting tactic, taking Hubley out. We are not entirely sure of how many pitches he threw, but, you would have assumed that they would stay in, but that's why I'm not coaching and I'm up here in the booth. We'll see what Cuveliere can bring. With the lefty-heavy Newfoundland lineup, throwing a lefty on the mound here is definitely, if you're an analytics fan of baseball, the lefty-on-lefty matchup is very tough. So we'll see how it pays off here for Dartmouth.
So the final line for Sean Hubley today, 5 innings, 0 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. So Cuveliere comes in, no pressure, but there's 2 innings to go, and Team Newfoundland still at the plate looking for their first hit. Hubley will end his day off with a no decision today, obviously. Scoreless so far.
I don't know, man. I think if I'm a hitter, I'm asking the umpire to switch the pitcher's glove there, just to be a little bit of a pain.
Yeah, it is probably a little too light for the rule book if you want to be that guy.
Well, you know me.
You are that
Super
guy.
by the rules.
By the rules when it's not you breaking them.
Never broke a rule in my life.
Hockey Nova Scotia disagrees. That'll bring in Aaron Peach, the designated hitter, and the 9-spot hitter. Dig in a lefty, and it looks like we've got some action down in the Newfoundland bullpen. As maybe Ryan Morgan's night might be coming to a close, and the first pitch swung on and missed by Peach. Couple bodies down in the Newfoundland bullpen, getting loose. Doesn't look like there's any urgency, and that pitch swung on and missed again by Peach.
Now, do you think they're warming up down there, or are they grabbing a beer?
Well, by the looks of it, I'm going to say one of each. I'm going to say one guy is there to warm up a pitcher, and he's probably going to have a beer, and the pitcher is probably getting loose. And that pitch taken upstairs, 1-2 now to Peach. I know if I was a bullpen catcher, I'd be getting a beer.
I don't know if coach would be too happy with that.
Well, you know what?
Sometimes you got to take risks.
If you're the bullpen catcher, you're probably not getting into the game anyway.
I think it's a little bit different for this age group, though,
that is
as well. Like, the MLB, they have their bullpen catchers, but I think
What a
this guy's
sweet
just
job.
another catcher. Oh, probably the best job in baseball.
Sign me up.
Just sit down there and take heat.
2-2 pitch swung on a mitch by Peach, and that's Cuveliere's first strikeout. And there's one down.
You got to like that. Into the game, strikeout right away. Definitely feeling it now.
Back to the top of the order now as Liam Davis will dig in for Team Newfoundland. First pitch taken on the outside corner where it's been all day. 0-1. Had some sprinkles there for a little while, but it looks like the rain's completely held off, which is nice to see as that pitch is taken high and out.
You better hope that there's no such thing as a broadcast jinx. That's the second time I've heard you mention weather.
Here's a pitch called strike 2, and it's 1-2. We'll have to get our buddy Global Graham Benjamin to give us the forecast for the rest of the afternoon today. The 1-2 pitch from Cuveliere fouled away to the right side, and Davis stays alive.
Just a little bit of information. If you do happen to just be joining us and you do want to watch the game, very shortly after the game, all games that we stream will be up on our YouTube page for watching afterwards for absolutely no cost.
Pitch taken high.
It's a good mix.
Good mix. Classic coach is saying we're at 2-2 now.
Sometimes I get caught up and think I'm out there.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit to the right side and caught by Fader in foul territory. And there's now 2 down. 2 up, 2 down for Cuveliere entering the ball game.
The old leadoff hitter coming in for some innings on the mound. Doing a great job, might I add.
Shohei Ohtani, if you will.
I mean, that's a very big compliment.
That is quite a big compliment.
I'm sure if he hears that, he'll be quite happy with that comparison.
Where's the defensive substitution? Who came in for Chile? Or Cuveliere was the DH. So he probably just stayed in. He was the DH, so I'm saying they just moved to the pitcher. Cuveliere started the game off as the DH, and it's hard to tell from up here in the broadcast booth, but it doesn't look like there's been any defensive changes for Dartmouth, so we're going to assume he's taking the pitcher's position for the rest of the day at the top of the order. That pitch is swung on and missed.
Now that I see that, it seems to me that might have been part of their plan the entire time.
Seemed to be the strategy. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cuveliere ahead. That pitch might have been low.
Move some feet, get the batter a little uncomfortable in there. I thought it was a good pitch.
Established the inside part of the zone. That pitch swung on and missed by French, and another strikeout for Cuveliere will take us to the top of the 7th inning, where we'll finally look to get some offense going.
I mean, other than bunch of runs, you can't ask for much more out of a first game of the tournament here. 2 pitchers, now 3, I guess, coming into the game. Looks like Morgan's coming back out for his 7th inning, which makes complete sense to me.
May as well let him try and finish it off.
Yeah, man. I mean, you can't ask for much more than this. Like I said, in the game, very tightly played. A couple nice defensive plays. Not too many hits, but, you know, the ball's still being put out in play and forcing the defense to make things happen. So here we go to the top of the 7th, and Dartmouth looking to grab a lead here for the first time in the game.
They've had the defense. They just can't get the sticks going against Morgan at all. They've even had base runners. They just can't seem to drive them home. As that action in the bullpen seems to be getting a little more aggressive. Looks like we have a Team Newfoundland coach going to scout out what the status is. It looks like Michael Healy is getting loose, right-handed pitcher. I'm sure the coaches probably have a pitch count in mind to limit Morgan to.
Well, you got to think ahead of the tournament too, right? He pitches game 1. If he throws over 100 pitches, say, you know, his time to recoup is a little bit longer. So if you do happen to make it to the crossovers or, you know, the championship game per se, you're gonna want to hope that he's ready to go in a scenario for you. So I think that's one of the, you know, the underestimated things about coaching is running your team. I know it sounds ridiculous, you coach running the team, but having those things in mind with pitch counts and days rest and all those type of things. So we're going to see how it unfolds here, and as of right now, he's looking like the top dog for Newfoundland.
We'll face Nathan Bootleer for a 3rd time today. And we're ready to go in the top of the 7th inning. First pitch is drilled into center field, and it'll fall for a base hit. As Bootleer is aboard. First pitch swinging for Dartmouth.
Center fielder got a little bit of a taste of the old Beasley hop out there. No harm done, but he did get to see it.
Jake McKinnon now. 1 for 2 today. Had that nice defensive stop earlier in the ball game.
He's also been very busy down at third base. Busiest guy for Dartmouth, second baseman. Busiest guy for Newfoundland.
Zach Reed. First pitch, and McKinnon shows bunt, and it goes right back to Morgan, who will just take the play at first, and there's 1 down. A sacrifice A little bit of small ball from Dartmouth. You had to think it's coming in a 0-0 game in the 7th inning.
Love watching the players come out of the dugout to give taps for a sacrifice bunt. It's a very big teammate play. And like you said, small ball here in the top of the 7th. Guy on second base. You have 2 chances to score that run. I think that's the right call. Big lead. Big secondary lead from Bootlier at second there.
First pitch swinging for Davis at the plate, and it's fouled away.
I've had the opportunity to coach Bryce in a few years of SMU ball, and if he gets a hold of one, man, he can really hit it.
That pitch is hit foul to the right side onto the track behind us. And the count's now 0-2.
Nobody running on the track today, which is very weird because there was people running in the pouring rain yesterday. Beasley, fun fact.
Big strikeout situation here for Morgan to get 2 outs. And the 0-2. Swung on and missed. He got it. Another strikeout for Ryan Morgan. And there is 2 away in the top of the 7th for the catcher, Mike Noggle.
Looked like the pitch had some movement there on the inside. Started out over the front half of the plate and kind of cut in towards the hands there. So I'm going to assume that was either a cutter or a slider from Morgan. I guess I'll have to ask him later on what his pitches are.
That's 10 strikeouts for Morgan today. Very impressive number. And the first pitch to Noggle swung on and missed. He's well behind to the fastball.
Looks like the bullpen has slowed down.
Yeah, at this point, I think this is Morgan's game to get the decision in. 0-1, taken for a strike. Noggle didn't like it. The Dartmouth dugout didn't like it. Noggle seems to be smiling, though.
Very rarely you don't see Noggle smiling. He's a guy that loves coming to the field. Either that or he's hiding it very well.
Good kid, works hard, loves the game. 0-2 pitch. Grounded back towards the pitcher. It's going to be a tough play for the lefty. Morgan, he makes it. And Dartmouth has gone 7 innings with no runs. Newfoundland coming to the plate with a chance to win it.
Oh, looks like we got ourselves a bat boy for Dartmouth now.
It's going to be Leighton Cuveliere back out for his 2nd inning of work here. It's his game to lose. It'll be 3, 4, 5 due up here for Team Newfoundland. The part of the order you want. Dartmouth looking to push this to an 8th inning. And Zach Reed, the 3-spot hitter for Newfoundland, is going to lead things off. Facing the left-handed Cuveliere. Reed 0 for 2. And searching Newfoundland's first hit. First pitch swing, and it was outside. He swung on it anyways, 0-1.
So I just got the word from the committee. It will be a tie if this finishes in a tie, obviously.
Someone should let Newfoundland's bullpen know. They've got someone warming up, and they won't need him. That pitch is popped up, back behind home plate, and no play. It's going to land a foul ball.
What a great effort by Noggle there. He wanted that ball so bad there. I mean, if you have an opportunity to take outs, you got to take them, right?
So 0-2 the count for Zach Reed. He's had an excellent day at second base, playing defensively. Can you count a game that ends without a hit that's still a tie, a no-no?
I'm not going to comment on that till the game's over.
0-2 in the dirt. 1-2. We'll have to get someone to look into the record books for that one. One-two pitch. Swung on and well early was Reed. One down. Third strikeout for Cuveliere.
Just off balance there. Just a great pitch. Great pitch call by the catcher. I did not see a shake-off, so I'm assuming it did come from the catcher, Noggle. And one down.
Dawson O'Toole, the catcher, digging in. Cleanup hitter.
Big hack. Looking to end this thing.
The final line today for Ryan Morgan, the Newfoundland pitcher, is going to be 7 innings pitched, 0 runs given up, 5 hits, 1 walk, and a whopping 10 strikeouts. So a hell of a day for him as O'Toole takes another strike. 0-2 the count. Yeah, Ryan Morgan starting this tournament off on the right foot. The left hand, if you will.
It's a very interesting stat line. 5 hits, 10 strikeouts, no runs. It's very rarely, you see 5 hits. I guess if you don't string 5 in a row together, it's a little bit tougher to score. But incredible outing for Morgan, and looking forward to seeing more of him this weekend.
The big number there was the 1 walk. Only 6 base runners for the day, and there's another ball. It's 2-2. Newfoundland just needs to get something going here. They started the game off with a walk and a hit by pitch in the first inning, and since the first, they've had 1 base runner. That one swung on and missed, and another strikeout for Cuveliere.
Cuveliere is bringing it right now. Gotta love it.
Jacob Baker will dig in. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far today.
The meat of the order up for Newfoundland here. You can see it in their swings, really trying to end it with one swing of the bat.
First pitch taken, and it's a strike.
Immediately following this game, we will have the Pictou County 22U versus the East Coast Royals 22U.
Oh, 1 pitch, and he was well ahead of it and off speed, and Cuveliere has a huge smile on his face. He knows he fooled Baker, and we are 1 pitch away from ending this one in a tie. Although the Newfoundland bullpen is still warming up down there. The 0-2 from Cuveliere, fouled back.
Down to their last pitch. Not quite, but very close.
Cuveliere looking for his 5th strikeout in 6 batters faced. 0-2. Off-speed pitch called, strike 3, and that's going to do it, folks. The first game of the Atlantic Baseball Showcase. Maybe. Zach Reed wants to hit the field. We've been told it's a tie. Some players want to do another one. The manager for Dartmouth thinks there's another one. Just an absolute debacle here. Everybody's running around. We'll wait on the official word. As they talk with the official score. That's 5 strikeouts for Cuveliere nonetheless.
I really thought they were going to be doing the runner on second base to start the inning here.
That would make sense in tournament play. And it looks like we're going to hit the field for an 8th inning. Newfoundland seems to think so. They're heading towards the field. First base umpire with the beard has got his water. He wants to go home. He's done. There will be not an extra inning due to the rain delay, according to the official score. And in order to get the ball games in, all of the round-robin games will finish in a tie. So this one will go in the books as a 0-0 tie between Newfoundland and Dartmouth. Despite both teams seemingly wanting to play another inning, we have the time for it.
Oh. Morgan looks like he's ready to go for another few innings here. He's, pretty much the only player out there with his arms in the air. Obviously, there's nothing you can really do. But it does make sense with the full day being canceled. I know nobody likes ending in a tie, including myself. But if you want to get everybody in this weekend in the short period of time with 10 teams in the tournament, it's just something that has to be done. And, it's not an easy job to completely revamp the schedule, as I got to see firsthand yesterday. But here we are, 0-0 tie. Great first game, pitcher's duel. And
do we put it in the books as a no-hitter? You don't get the win?
I don't know, man. There was no hits.
A combined no-hitter tie is the way that things are going to be. Ryan Morgan, your player of the game for Team Newfoundland, and I'm pretty sure that was unanimous.
That was a no-brainer, 100%.
7 innings, great work. We'll see who the player of the game is for Dartmouth.
There's the word.
They call it a no-hitter. And Sean Hubley is going to be your player of the game. So both starting pitchers, deservedly so, will get your player of the games for Game 1 of the Atlantic Baseball Showcase. One heck of a ball game is right. As we finish 7 innings, 0-0 the final. Coming up next on this link, the live stream anyways, will be the East Coast Royals and the Pictou 22U. Thanks for tuning in on the High Button Sports live stream. For Matt Dudelet, I'm Aiden Robertson, signing off from Game 1.